association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Hello and welcome to the CREDAI Conclave 2015. This is the biggest event in the calendar of the Indian real estate industry, and developers from all across the country are here in a massive show of strength. So let's find out what's the big agenda of this year's CREDAI Conclave. The largest industry body of real estate developers, CREDAI, descends every year upon New Delhi to make their voices of reason be heard by those in the corridors of power. A robust showing from real estate companies at a time when the sector is experiencing its most challenging phase with key projects stuck in approvals. Dominating the conversation at this mega national developers meet was the Real Estate Regulator Bill.
Please, for God's sake, don't bring in the old projects or ongoing projects under the ambit of the Act. Let us start with a clean slate. Let us start whenever the Act becomes law, whenever the authority gets established. From that date onwards, whatever sales that have to be done for the new projects, it can come under the ambit of the law.
The industry also cautioned that the ambiguity surrounding the levy of GST on real estate could further cause delays. The Indian housing sector adds about 5% to the country's GDP and is the second largest employer in the country. And state governments for the first time seem to have realized that.
The good news is that all the states are now vying with each other, competing with each other to actually project a good governance picture to business houses so that they come there and invest in their states. Now, this is what was required. This feeling of competition amongst various states, amongst themselves.
रियल एस्टेट जो काम कर रहा है गुजरात में बहुत ही बढ़िया काम कर रहा है और राज्य सरकार के सहयोग से भी काम करता है और सहयोग भी दे रहा है। हमारा काम है गरीबों को मकान देना, रोड रास्ता वगैरह बनाना, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पूरा करना, ये सब काम साथ में मिलकर कर रहे हैं।
The show of strength at the CREDAI Conclave was a sign of how eager the industry is to get back on the growth track. Because at stake are thousands of housing projects that buyers have invested their life savings in. The Uttar Pradesh government was out in full vigor at the CREDAI Conclave 2015. They want the real estate industry to know that they mean decisive action on infrastructure, housing and ease of doing business. Let's take a look.
The landscape of Uttar Pradesh is poised to change. The UP government claims it is introducing radical initiatives for the urban improvement and development of key cities in the state. At the 2015 CREDAI Conclave, the UP government made an earnest attempt to reach out to the real estate industry.
लखनऊ के अंदर इतनी जल्दी पूरे देश के अंदर किसी भी सूबे के अंदर इतनी जल्दी मेट्रो का काम नहीं हुआ और हम 2016 के अंदर लखनऊ के अंदर मेट्रो चालू करने जा रहे हैं.
Sharing a progress report of the Akhilesh government's recent successes.
UP under the leadership of Shri Akhilesh Yadav ji has gone through some radical changes. Changes which are going to be sustainable for the long run and which will take India into the next emerging world power.
The Lucknow Metro project is racing ahead and will be operational by December 2016. The Agra-Lucknow Expressway, which is said to be India's longest, is being built. The UP government also plans to build 5 business complexes along expressways in the state. The UP government is pursuing the target of 2016-17 to supply 22 hours of power to urban areas and 16 hours to rural areas. Uttar Pradesh is also ramping up its renewable energy capacity under its solar energy policy. Cycle tracks have been laid across 5 cities of UP and a comprehensive solid waste management program has also been kicked off in 26 cities of the state. However, according to the UP government, its biggest achievement is the Samajwadi Awas Yojana, a mega affordable housing scheme that targets 3 lakh MIG and LIG units in the state by the year 2016.
क्रेडाई के माध्यम से हम लोगों ने लोगों को निमंत्रण दिया है कि वो लोग उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर आएं और आकर निवेश करें। समाजवादी आवास योजना एक बहुत बड़ी योजना हम लोगों ने, जो सस्ते आवास हैं लोगों को उपलब्ध कराने में सरकार भी काम कर रही है, और हम लोग चाहते हैं कि गैर सरकारी संस्थाएं जो हाउसिंग ग्रुप्स वगैरह हैं, जो संस्थाएं हैं, वो भी उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर आएं।
The mandate of the Samajwadi Awas Yojana is to provide flats costing not more than 15 to 30 lakh rupees. Prices have been controlled through a number of concessions that will give a private developer savings of nearly 700 rupees per square foot on each unit that he can pass on to the buyers. The most path-breaking initiative is how they have made acquiring land so easy, and that too at low cost.
इंसेंटिव्स इसमें है कि जो एक्सटर्नल डेवलपमेंट है उसमें 100% छूट है, और कोई इसको एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में या सिटी के बाहर पूरी स्टेट में कहीं भी इसको लैंड खरीद के प्रोजेक्ट बना सकता है। और इसमें जो लैंड यूज कन्वर्जन चार्जेस हैं उनमें भी 100% एग्जम्पशन है। इसके अलावा जो रॉ लैंड डेवलपर खरीदता है उस पर भी स्टैंप ड्यूटी से छूट है। देन डीपीआर के अप्रूवल के लिए सिंगल विंडो क्लियरेंस सिस्टम, आवास बंधु एक डेडिकेटेड इंस्टीट्यूशन है लखनऊ में, तो उसके थ्रू ये सिंगल विंडो क्लियरेंस की व्यवस्था की गई है।
जो हमारे डेंसिटी नॉर्म्स हैं, जो उस तरह की चीजें हैं, उससे क्या होता है, बड़े घर बनते हैं। उसकी वजह से डेंसिटी नॉर्म्स बढ़ा के जो है छोटे हाउसेज बने, 2 बेडरूम के हाउसेज बने, 1 बेडरूम और 1 ड्राइंग रूम के हाउसेज बने, जिससे कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा अफोर्डेबल सेगमेंट में घर का निर्माण हो सके।
Ease of doing business was the unanimous call from the real estate industry at the CREDAI conclave this year, and Uttar Pradesh assured that the state was on track.
And there is annual award for the best performing developer.
A cell called as Awas Bandhu has been set up to facilitate single window clearances in 2 months once the developers register with them. Awas Bandhu expedites the coordination between various housing boards and development authorities in the state.
There is an overwhelming response from the private developers. Till date, 95 private developers have applied for registration, out of which 72 developers have been registered. And we have received 22 DPRs for development of affordable housing schemes under the banner of Samajwadi Awas Yojana. Area of each housing scheme is approximately, or on an average, it is 10 acres. It may create affordable housing stock of around 15,000 units.
तो निश्चित तौर पर
Akhilesh Yadav's delegation stole the show at the CREDAI conclave with its surprise announcement about the Jewar airport.
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने हम लोगों से भी कहा और आपसे भी कहा, जो जेवर के अंदर इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट बनने की बात है, सरकार ने अपनी तरफ से पूरी घोषणा ये करते हैं हम लोग कि इस एयरपोर्ट को बहुत जल्दी बनाएंगे, डेवलप करेंगे।
They also want an airport at Agra because of the international tourist traffic at Agra. So they are okay with having a domestic airport at Agra and an international one at Jewar, but the international one at Jewar is now closer to being a reality. So we are very, very enthused by this news.
इससे एक बहुत ही बड़ा एक पैराडाइम शिफ्ट आपको इस देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक्सप्रेसवे है और यमुना अथॉरिटी के पास आज पूरी इंडिया में सबसे बड़ा लैंड बैंक है। तो मेक इन इंडिया के लिए किसी को भी लार्ज चंक की, क्योंकि 2,500 हेक्टेयर के प्लॉट्स, 1000 हेक्टेयर से लेकर 2,500 हेक्टेयर के प्लॉट्स अवेलेबल हैं। कोई स्पेशल एसईजेड बनाना चाहता है, कोई बोइंग कंपनी आना चाहती है, कोई डिफेंस के इक्विपमेंट बनाना चाहती है, उनको प्राइमरी लैंड चाहिए, उनको एयरपोर्ट चाहिए, एक्सप्रेसवे चाहिए।
The real estate sector expressed the eagerness to develop low-cost housing in Uttar Pradesh. Their only appeal was that single window clearances must be decentralized for faster processing.
More exclusive insights from the 2015 CREDAI conclave after this quick break.
The industry has been suffering because of various policy matters which have been stuck with the central government and state governments. So we expect that our voice will be heard with the ministries and there will be some fast-track movement of a lot of changes we've been asking for.
RERA as such is welcomed by CREDAI and we look forward to it becoming a reality. But we are very, very cautious about the fact that if it is done in a haphazard manner, it could actually create a lot more disruption than create, comfort for our buyers.
current bill, penalizes the developer without going to the reasons, without there could be external factors or force majeure reasons. It does not consider those. So I think that's a major area of concern which we hope will get addressed.
Till you don't get the urban local bodies within the framework, you will never get an effective regulator. Two, one of the big concerns is that since real estate is an ongoing process, so normally a project takes anywhere between 3 to 5 years to complete. If you get in a regulator in between, it will create chaos. So the regulator should be applicable prospectively to new projects. That's point number one. And point number two, permission processes need to be part of the gambit of or the control of the regulator.
CREDAI, real estate developer really want this one window clearance, and where approvals can come within 30 days. That's what really are looking at. So what is the ease of doing business? And the most important point at the central government level to achieving housing for all by 2022 is environmental clearance. And in particularly where we operate, Marathon operates in MMR region, Mumbai, it takes 18 to 24 months for getting an environmental clearance.
The industry is definitely going through a stress. It's been a prolonged period of stress. So we are looking forward ways and means by which the ease of business which the government is talking of, how this could be implemented in the real estate industry.
We are waiting for this GST for quite some time, and we thought that this should be cleared in this winter session, but it is also again disturbed, and hopefully if it gets through, I think it should be a great opportunity for the entire country, not only for real estate business. It's for every business. This bill is definitely a must.
The biggest challenge that we face today is the slow pace of urban infrastructure creation. So, the lack of roads coming up in time, or the flyovers or underpasses or railway overbridge. People require these socio-urban infrastructure so that the connectivity takes, for you from place A to place B. And that slow pace is something which has diluted public confidence, and that needs to be restored really fast.
What we're trying to tell the government and tell the people in the public is that we are contributing a lot to this country in the form of development of skills and helping in the environment. And of course, we are in the real estate business, so we are providing housing. And since housing for all is one of the very important visions of the Prime Minister, it is very, very important that this industry needs to thrive. And in order for that to happen, we need investments in the industry, we need ease of business.
Welcome back. You're watching our special feature on the 2015 CREDAI Conclave, India's biggest gathering of real estate developers and political leaders. And the focus continues on highlighting the changing face of Indian real estate. Let's see what Haryana has to offer.
Everyday commuting between the two leading cities of NCR is set to become easier for the residents of Gurgaon and Delhi. Haryana government is working on proposals to ease the traffic pressure on the National Highway 8.
एक प्रपोज रोड है वसंत कुंज नेल्सन मंडेला से लेकर और मेहरौली गुड़गांव रोड के ऊपर जो सड़क मिलने वाली एक प्रपोज है। मेट्रो की एक प्रपोज लाइन है जो सेक्टर 21 से और इफ्को चौक तक मेट्रो की लाइन बनेगी, एक तीसरा प्रपोज रास्ता है। इसी प्रकार एक ट्रॉली सिस्टम, पॉड सिस्टम from Dholakua to Manesar.
At the CREDAI Conclave, Haryana promised 9 new national highways, promised completion of the internal roads, the Dwarka Expressway and the Kundli-Manesar-Palwal Highway. Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar also promised an international airport in Karnal. We saw different moods of the Chief Minister in the CREDAI Conclave. While he was very forthcoming in promising a brighter future for Haryana in terms of highways and better policies, he also very sternly reminded the developers of their promise of delivery on time. The Chief Minister also promised to look into the issues that the developers have with the latest real estate regulatory bill in terms of it being retrospective in nature.
Some of these clauses are totally detrimental to the interest of both the developer and the customer. If a project is 80% complete and the regulator stops the project, the customer will be paying as much as the developer may be.
रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव बिल कहता है कि जो भी चलते हुए काम है उनको बिल में लेके आओ ऑनगोइंग वो उसमें बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो जाती है बिकॉज चलते हुए काम में पता ही नहीं होता कि कौन कौन सी परमिशंस के लिए दोबारा जाइए कि काम रोकें ना रोकें जब रजिस्टर हो जाएंगे फिर दोबारा शुरू करें.
Mr. Khattar also aims to shift development focus from big cities like Gurgaon and Faridabad to smaller places with population of more than 10,000 citizens. He aims to create a new unique category of Nagar Panchayat that will give them the benefits of urban development while preserving the Panchayat system. All these announcements drew a big applause from the developers with the hope that it will give renewed energy to the real estate sector.
Now, we all know how the Gujarat government is racing ahead with its development agenda. But we know very little about how they're achieving speedy execution of their development projects. Well, it all boils down to local reforms. Let's find out how. Gujarat Chief Minister Anandiben Patel had the industry spellbound at the 2015 CREDAI conclave. The Gujarat CM shared her government's carefully thought out reform measures that have had a far-reaching impact on urban development in the state. The Gujarat government revealed how it has been focusing on inclusive development by bringing in the local landowner into the fold with a slew of pro-people land reforms. The Gujarat government has simplified complex archaic methods of maintaining land records by digitizing them. Reforms in land administration in Gujarat has brought ease and transparency in the system.
हमने जमीन में गुजरात में जमीन के मैनेजमेंट संदर्भ में एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाया. लैंड रीसर्वे का 100 साल हो गए. कितनी सरकारें आई गई लेकिन जमीन का रीसर्वे नहीं हुआ. किसान के पास कितनी जमीन है, कहां है, उसका कोई रिकॉर्ड, लेटेस्ट रिकॉर्ड इसके पास नहीं है. इसीलिए सबसे पहले 2010 में हम लोगों ने काम शुरू करवाया और पूरे गुजरात के 33 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में वो काम हो रहा है. कभी 50% पूरा हो गया है, कहीं 80% पूरा हो गया है और किसान को अपनी जमीन का पूरा रिकॉर्ड उसके मैप के साथ हम दे रहे हैं.
The Gujarat government has approved 50 development plans and 200 town planning schemes in cities in the last 3 years. And the state is leading on the 2022 housing mission as well. Gujarat has launched initiatives like the Mukhyamantri Griha Yojana to build affordable houses. Under the scheme, over 3 lakh houses have been approved, out of which over 1 lakh have already been allotted to the beneficiaries. Moreover, welfare schemes for construction workers in Gujarat has ensured they turn into an organized workforce. The biggest indication of the Gujarat government's eagerness to work hand in hand with the real estate industry was its agreement to look into CREDAI's plea to keep ongoing projects out of the Real Estate Regulatory Authority's purview in the state.
छोटे-छोटे लोगों के लिए भी काफी काम किया है और बिल्डर्स के लिए तो काफी काम किया है. गुजरात के लोग तो खुश हैं और अभी 3-4 बातें मुझे बताई थी अहमदाबाद में हमारे शेट्टी जी ने. वो तो बोलते रहते हैं, मुझे आते भी रहते हैं, सुझाव भी देते रहते हैं. तो 3-4 बातें मुझे बताई थी और मैं जब दिल्ली में आई तो बताती हूँ कि डिपार्टमेंट काम कर रहा है. शायद 15 या 1 महीने में ये सारा काम खत्म हो जाएगा.
Gujarat also shared a progress report of its mega gift city, which is India's first dedicated hub for financial services.
We have almost spent about 1,000 crores in creating India's some of the unique infrastructure For example, we have the first water plant where from the tap itself you get purified water. You don't have to, rectify it again. The second thing which we are doing is we have automatic waste collection systems, so wherein people can put their garbage in a chute and it gets segregated and it's just sucked in through vacuum and it's collected. Then we have what is called district cooling system, which is, no air conditioners in individual building. It is 33% cheaper and smarter in terms of, energy savings, etc. Plus we have street smart lights and, so on. So like this, there are many other features for which Government of India has recognized us.
Today, 1,500 people work inside the Gift City. This number will shoot to 30,000 in 2 to 3 years, and in the next decade, the Gift City will create 1 million jobs. The big takeaway from the Gujarat dialogue at the CREDAI conclave was that the state is ready to turn India's massive urbanization challenge into an opportunity together with the private sector. So ease of doing business was the big buzzword at the 2015 CREDAI conclave. States went all out with their message that they are ready for business, and developers were clear that they want to contribute as nation builders. With that, we close this special feature. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.